I'm legally insane. And I recently picked up 25 PSP games. And I'm not a PSP guy. 25.
Damn!
I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna shock you right now. Some of you are gonna get pissed off even. Because I got a lot of people that get pissed off. I piss off a lot of people. Got a lot of haters out there. 25 PSP games. Steal of a deal. I'm going to jail. One of the sellers, I've got most of them from one seller in particular. Got a lot of good stuff from him, actually. I got a lot of really cheap stuff from him. But I think he gets his stuff for cheap. I don't know if he's like picking this stuff up somewhere else and reselling it, or if this is from his personal collection. I didn't ask. I didn't want to know. Because I didn't want him to call the cops. But, yeah, I picked up 25 games. Some of these PSP games, they're worth a lot of money. And so I'm new to the PSP collecting. I'm new to the PSP scene. I didn't really know anything about it. What I saw was dollar signs when he had this up for sale. That's all I really saw at the time. But I don't have a PSP. I do not have a PSP. But that's okay though, because I've shown this before. Get my gun out of the way. I got something hidden behind those diapers and underneath that gun that I use to blow my balls off every now and then. That's another story though. But hidden behind these diapers, Die Hard Arcade for the Sega Saturn. Do you guys understand what this is? 2-player beat 'em up. 2-player. The arcade version. You could only get this in the arcade. This is quite possibly the best arcade game ever made. As a matter of fact, I think it is the best arcade game ever made. Because I can't think of a better game right now. I can't think of a single one. And this is also the most underrated hidden gem of all time. A lot of people, they never got to experience Die Hard Arcade. They didn't even know it was an arcade game. They didn't even know it existed because it was also on the Sega Saturn, very obscure console that, let's be honest, didn't do very well. A couple other Sega Saturn games back here too, actually. You can't have Die Hard Arcade and not have Die Hard Trilogy for the Sega Saturn. And I don't own a Sega Saturn. There's a couple other games back here as well. Oh, Sega CD games. But you know what? I eventually got myself a Sega CD. I got one what feels like a year ago now, actually. It was about a year ago. And I was collecting Sega CD games before I even got a Sega CD. Okay? So just keep that in mind. That's all I'm saying. Or you freak out and get pissed off and write in the comments a bunch of troll comments. Just know that, I own games for other consoles that I don't know. But I am, I got to steal the deal. I'm not going to pass it down. And I'm going to sell some of these. I'm going to sell some of these for profit. And I'm going to buy Nintendo Switch games with the money. And Nintendo Wii games with the money. A couple Wii games I still don't have. But I'm going to show you something interesting about PSP games in general that I learned. This is something that I'm learning for the first time because I don't follow this console. I never had it, never played it. A friend of mine had it though, one of my roommates. He said it was one of the best consoles ever made. And I know that the PSP has a cult following, and so does the Vita. A lot of people really like the Vita. And they'll tell you that is one of the most underrated handhelds of all time. In fact, they'll also tell you the PSP, very underrated. So I'm going to show you one of the deals that I got. I'm going to pull up my spreadsheet. I had these organized, but all these games tipped over earlier today. I'm going to have to take my glasses off for this. Sunglasses off, that is. One of these bundles, I'll show you the steal of a deals first. This bundle here. This was a bundle deal. Bundle deal. I paid... Well, I'll tell you what I paid at the end. Let me show you what I got first. As part of the deal, I got coated arms, which I might have got screwed on this one because I could have sworn it was coated arms Contagion that was supposed to be part of this bundle, but my memory is not good enough. So, holy hell, you know what? No, my memory is good enough. I did get screwed on this. And the only reason I'm not going to freak out is because as a whole, I got a steal of a deal, but I just realized I just got scammed. Because this was supposed to be Coated Arms Contagion, because in my spreadsheet, I wrote Coated Arms Contagion. Oh, that hurts, actually. Oh, that hurts. All right, and I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. This is Coated Arm. Frig, man. Yeah, all right. Maybe I'll message him, see what he says. But yeah, I just noticed that now. Because these are a fresh shipment that just came in. All these are fresh. Here's the difference in price. Coated Arms, CIB is only $15, roughly. This is roughly, a lot of times, they'll sell for actually cheaper than what you see. $15 Canadian. Whereas Coated Arms Contagion is a $40 game. Look at the chart. We're talking significant difference. This thing's just been climbing. Hit a peak in February 2022. Came back down for a little while. And now she going back up. Hit an all new high. Brand new high. Bottomed out in 2024. So it was on a 2-year downslide. And now she going right back up. All-time high. And climbing. Okay, so anyways, I got Coated Arms. I got, what is this? SmackDown versus Raw 2009. This trades for a shockingly high number. And the chart is shockingly steadily climbing for many, many years now. Since the bottom in roughly 2019. Like many games and consoles. So the PSP is no different from all these other consoles that bottomed in roughly 2019 and have been tearing higher. When what I would have otherwise said a garbage shovelware, worthless game equivalent to a sports game would have been worthless, this thing is climbing. It's not worthless. People are buying it. I don't know why, but they are buying it. It's in demand. This is SmackDown versus Raw 2009. Look at that chart. 1551 loose price chart in Canadian dollars. Okay, I'm just showing you. That doesn't mean that you'll get that price necessarily. But the trend is higher. Nonetheless, the trend is correct. Switch that over to USD for you guys. Just to give you an example. 1133 USD. Okay? 1133 USD. Okay, part of this bundle, you're going to blow your balls off by the time I'm done here. Also got God of War. This is Chains of Olympus, Battle of Attica. A God of War. And once again, like, I did not know what these games were selling for at the time when I bid on this and bought these. I didn't, like, I kind of knew roughly, I knew that there was value there, and that's why I bought them. But I don't think I fully realized the value, or if I did, I'd completely forgotten until I looked them all up today for this video. And I said, wow, like, I hadn't looked at the charts. I know that much at least when I was bidding on them. I mean, this is a $20 game. Loose $20 game, but the chart, the trend is clearly up. And I would have thought God of War, I would have thought, worthless. I would have thought back down to these freaking 2020 prices. Look at this, 2020. This was a worthless $8 game. And it's over doubled. We're looking at almost a triple. Round down, $7 game. Round a little bit up, $21. He tripled. Maybe it'll come back down, but look at this. It appears to have heavy support at about $20. It's bounced off that support line. That $20 support, bounced off it 3 times so far, and it's at it again right now. So if it bounces off that support line again, that's your new floor. $20 is your floor. You're not going to get it for under 20, roughly. If you see it in the wild, for somebody priced it at $7, go ahead, pick that friggin' bad boy up. Okay, so that was God of War. We got, what do we got here? Gran Turismo. Oh, this one. Okay, think about it. Think about it. What do you think this is worth? Take a guess right now. I would have guessed $3. Well, okay, on price charting, I would have guessed pawn shop price, $3. Realistically, if I were to guess right now, like realistically, I'd say $7. Like just like God of War. $7 at the most. Canadian dollars. It's Gran Turismo. You know that's common. You know it's common. So let's pull up the chart real quick. This one is shocking. This is absolutely shocking. $23.19 Canadian. Switch that to USD for a minute. $17 USD. Loose. I'm talking loose here, guys. Who's buying Gran Turismo for that much? It used to be $10. That's CIB. Hold on. Let's pull up the loose chart. Oh, I had the wrong chart up previously. Sorry about that, guys. But regardless, the loose price is $23.19. Yeah, $24 for a game that I would have thought was absolutely worthless. A disc only. Somebody just paid $40 for it. I don't even know how that's possible. Some other disc only here, $15, but it might not have included shipping. Untested, $20, $10.95. Was there shipping on that? Oh, there's some cheap ones. $6.83. I don't know what the shipping was though. Disc only, $35. Wow, this thing is wild fluctuations. So maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Friggin' 30. Look at all these 30s down here. 15s and 30s, 20s. This thing is nuts. I would have never guessed in a million years. So I got that one. And the only reason I'm not pissed off, triple pissed off at that seller for screwing me on Contagion, Coated Arms. He knew I got a steal of a deal, so he completely screwed me on purpose. I know that for a fact. He knew I basically robbed him. He screwed me. That's exactly what happened. I've dealt with these sellers before. I've dealt with these guys that do this before. You rob them, and they know that they got robbed, so they'll pull a fast one on you. They'll pull a fast one on you. They do it all the time. But then you learn not to buy from that guy ever again. So I'm not buying from this seller ever again. Even though I still got a steal of a deal, I'm not. You stole from me. You stole that from me just because I was getting a steal of a deal from you, which is also equivalent to theft. But I'm the buyer. You can't pull that crap as the seller, buddy. Okay, so I also got MTX motor tracks. I figured this is probably shovelware. I mean, shockingly, these all have shockingly high value for what they are. Like, I would have wrote this off as garbage. The 1164 doesn't mean you're going to get that, but here's a game only Canadian seller because it's nice, even $10.95. That's free shipping. Game only, free shipping, $10.95. Not bad. I'll sell that all day, every day. You know how much you can get like for garbage? PS3 and Xbox 360 shovelware, like really cheap common games, get nothing on eBay. You got to ship a sports game for like $5 or $6. That's how much you're gonna get if you're lucky, if you even get a buyer. And then you got to pay the shipping and the eBay fees. At the end of the day, you're only getting a buck or two in your pocket money. But there's other very common first-person shooter type games, and they're all worthless. So to get $10.95 for friggin' MTX motor sport, what do they call this? Motor tracks. Hell, I'll take that. It only costs $2.19 after they increased the price to ship this anywhere in Canada. $2.19. I shipped that anywhere in Canada. Next up, we got this was the real steal. This is why I'm going to jail. This is Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. Actually, Coated Arms was supposed to be the biggest steal, but this one is shockingly worth a lot of money. And I knew that the PS2 was worth a lot of money. I think people slept on this one. I think they slept on it. They might have lumped it in as some of the other GTA games that probably aren't worth too much. One good thing about GTA games, though, is they sell fast. There's high demand for them. You put them up, they sell. There are buyers buying GTA games on a daily basis. Vice City Stories, PSP, loose disc, loose going for $28.38. You want to see the chart? I'll pull up the chart. Looks identical to the CIB chart, pretty much following like 1-to-1 match almost. Just kind of interesting to see. And some of these I'm going to be keeping, by the way. I'm not selling all of them. Games that I think will continue to trend higher. Some of them I might keep. But I got all of those games in a bundle. It's got completely screwed on Coded Arms, though. In my spreadsheet, I wrote Coded Arms Contagion. I would not have made a mistake. I did not make a mistake on that. There's no way I would have written Contagion if it didn't say Contagion on the box in the pictures. So I paid $24 for that particular bundle, which is, you know, not a bad deal, but Contagion was supposed to be part of it. So I'm going to have to fly through some of these other ones. I got Battlefront, Renegade Squadron. What's that sell for? $11.23 loose only, but this does have the manual and a case. So ideally I should hopefully get a little bit more. And actually we're going to do one more bundle. I did get another Steel Video bundle. I got Crash. What's this? Mind Over Mutant, I think? Crash Mind Over Mutant, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going on vague memory, but this clear case threw me off. I wasn't sure if this is like a third-party case, because all the other cases are white. I think when I looked on eBay, for some reason, this game naturally comes in a clear case. So that's how it's supposed to look. I'm fairly certain. I'm not going to look it up again, but I'm fairly certain that this is completely normal, because I did look it up because I was a little bit worried about that. I don't want a third-party case because it lower the value a little bit. Bundle also included Rock Band. Rock Band Unplugged. This is CES 2012. Not really worth much. We don't care about that one. There was Ratchet and Clank. Oh, wait a minute. Holy heck. I just found... I think I screwed up on trying to match these games with my spreadsheet on what I paid. I just found Coded Arms Contagion. But I don't have the other Coded Arms written down. Okay, maybe that was part of the bundle. Oh well, okay. So I do have Coded Arms Contagion. Maybe I wrote Coded Arms and then Contagion as in they're separate games in my spreadsheet. Well, either way, I actually feel bad because I think I stole from him. Oh gosh. Oh, that seller got screwed, man. I think Coded Arms and Coded Arms Contagion were part of the bundle. No, it wasn't. Okay, sorry. I found Coded Arms. I paid the CIB. I paid $4 for Coded Arms CIB. Yeah, I've messed up on this video. Sorry, guys. Okay, so part of the we had Ratchet and Clank, Secret Agent. This is all a bundle with the Rock Band. That's 4 games. $13. Okay, $13. Shockingly, Crash Mind Over Mutant is worth $25 loose, roughly. Couple $25 sold listings, 21, 27, 25. That one's, we're under CIB. 27 UMD only. 20 UMD only. Did that include shipping? 27. Did it include shipping? $9. That might have been a idiot seller. Or the shipping was $10. $28, $20, $27, $25, $35. No manual, so probably had a case. $25 game only. $1 game only. That idiot probably did an auction. And he didn't get any bidders because you're an idiot for putting up an auction instead of buy it now. Only auction stuff when it's highly sought after and searched all the time. some lessons. Some sellers have to learn the hard way about that one, buddy. Bunch of morons doing that. Or the shipping was $20. So I paid for that bundle. I paid $13. So those were my biggest steals out of all of these. Another really good deal was Simpsons the game, but no manual, and also the case doesn't fully close, so it's a little bit of a busted. One of the hinges is broken. It still closes, but you got to disclose that on eBay, or you risk some buyer complaining that your game was broken and trying to get a refund. The Simpsons price charts for $27.68. Shockingly, once again, that's loose disc only. Have a look at that chart right there. That's the CIB chart, straight line up. Simpsons game in general has been doing really well. Check out the 360 PS3 copy. We add in the loose, roughly the same. Roughly the same. Doesn't look as steep though, but it's also, because it's loose, the price doesn't make as large of moves. But it's a straight, slow and steady lineup since, once again, bottom 2019. $30. You get it for $30 now. That's a triple, buddy. People are collecting PSP games. That's all I'm saying. People are collecting PSP games. There's a market for it, and the prices are going up. Now, I didn't know that these PSP games were so popular. I didn't know that. Here's another steal of a deal that I got from the same seller, by the way. This is Metal Gear Solid. What is this? Peace Walker, I think it's called. Peace Walker. This one, I thought about keeping this one because it is Metal Gear, and I don't think they're going to re-release it. I got to do some research on this to see, what exactly this is. Other games that I picked up were Need for Speed Most Wanted, 510, CIB. Not worth too much, maybe $15 or so. CIB. I was thinking about keeping it though. I had 2 copies. I lost the other one. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, here it is. Also got a loose disc one. I think I paid $2 for that. I'm gonna try to get through these a little bit quicker. I'm just gonna focus on the ones that were shockingly high value. So I think I paid about $1 or $2 for Ratchet and Clank. This is Size Matters. Raw 2006. I don't remember this one. What? Let's see what that one's going for. Because Raw 2009 was shockingly high value. Holy frig. I forgot to even write this one down. Holy hell. Guys, if you have these games, you are a rich man. You are a rich man. These freaking wrestling games on the PSP, what the hell is going on here? If you find these in the wild, pick these wrestling games up. You're friggin' rich. You're a rich man if you have these. If you find somebody selling like 10 of those, pick them all up. Look at that. Who's buying these? And why? Like, where are they just low print runs? Where's 2019? So they were still fairly cheap in 2018. Bottomed in 2018, $7 loose Canadian. And it's just been going up. $12, $15. Okay, roughly 15. Price starting is not always accurate, but so maybe you only get about 15 for it. But even at 15, so even if price starting says $20 right now, because price starting is especially not accurate with certain games, and especially when it comes to loose copies. Because a lot of times the CIB copies get put into the loose category. I see that every now and then. And also a lot of times loose with a case might get thrown into the loose category. I'm just throwing out things that can happen. And sometimes sellers come in and just underprice because they don't know any better, or they're looking for a quick sale. I've done that. I do that every now and then. I usually regret it. I regret it later every time, actually. Especially when a game sells within less than 24 hours of me posting it. I recently posted a 360 Metal Gear Solid collection game. I knew it was underpriced because I had a somebody hit the watch button within 30 seconds of me basically posting. It was like a minute, meaning he had it on his watch list. He got the email notification. He clicked on it, hit watch, and then I saw the hit watch, which I had red flags going off. I'm an experienced eBay seller. So I immediately went and increased the price. I had it $35. I knew it was underpriced. It was disc only, but it had a manual. I thought I wasn't thinking clearly when I priced it. I immediately increased the price $35.95. So I increased it by $1. And I went to bed because this was all right before bed, like 2 a.m. And when I woke up, I said, you know what? I need to increase the price again, because I do that all the time. When you start getting a lot of views and a lot of watchers, it means you're the cheapest and you might be underpriced, and or it's in very high demand, and you can increase the price. And I've done it. I get pissed off. I'll tell you a story. I even get pissed off at these buyers. When I sit there, I think to myself, buddy, I just underpriced this, and you have the balls to put it on your watch list, thinking that perhaps I'll offer you a discount, because a lot of sellers commonly, you can send offers to people watching your listing and give them a 5% discount or whatever you want to give. That's common. You think I'm going to give you a discount? I've already priced it to sell. So if I get 1, 2, 3 watchers, you've now pissed me off. You've now offended me by not buying my game that was priced to sell as is. I priced it to sell right now. I'm doing you a favor. I've underpriced. I'm doing you a favor. And I'll go in and I'll increase the price. And then a couple of days later, I'll increase it again. I'll watch how many views I'm getting over the last 30 days. When the views start to go down, maybe then I know if I underpriced it. So anyways, I increased the price, and that son of a bitch, he bought it the next morning before I could increase the price again. Because I was going to increase it by another $2. And then I was going to see how many views I get and decide from there if I was going to increase it again. But yeah, that son of a bitch got a good deal. Another time, I have a Switch game up real quick, Opus Collection. I had it up for like $42. Tons and tons of views, not much available on the market. I increased it to 44. Tons and tons of views, all these watchers. Increased it to 46. I was now the second cheapest. The guy below me then got bought out. Once again, I increased the price again. And long story short, I kept increasing it. I currently have it on the market for $56. And I was the cheapest on eBay last I checked. You could have had it for 42. All those watchers that I had tons and tons of views. And I was the cheapest on eBay. Don't watch my auctions. I will increase the price on you. I don't even care. I don't even care if it doesn't sell. I don't care if it doesn't sell. I am legally insane. I don't care. You piss me off and you don't buy my cheap game, price goes up. That's all I'm saying. So keep an eye out for these friggin' wrestling games. Holy hell, I gotta fly through the rest of these ones though. I got Need for Speed Undercover. I paid $2. I don't think that's worth too much. A lot of these games are shockingly worth about $10 or more. That's really all you need to know. Dungeon Siege, I paid $3 for. This one was worth a shockingly good amount. $12.28 roughly. You might not get $12.28, but maybe $10. Iron Man 2. This one I think was worth a decent penny. I thought I was a little bit shocked by this one. Oh no, it's worth about $10, $11. But still, yeah, hold on. No, I was a little bit shocked by it. I remember now. Because look at the chart. This was a $4 game. $5 game. It's just a straight line up. Yeah, it's not a $100 game going to $200, but it's still doubled in price. That's the CIB. So Loose was, oh, look at this. Loose and CIB used to be basically the exact same price. You'd save like 50 cents. Well, times have changed now, buddy. You'd save, it's like a 33% increase now. CIB versus Loose. So yeah, I mean, don't sleep on these PSP games. That's kind of what I learned here. If you find PSP games for cheap, a lot of them are going up in value. Yeah, that Need for Speed game. Need for Speed Undercover. Look at that. 1368 loose. Doesn't mean that you're gonna get that. Here's one 889, $10. Did it include shipping? Maybe it did. $15. Hey, frig, maybe you get $15 for this. Game only, $19. $20. But again, yeah, I mean, who would have guessed that this game had value? I would have guessed $3 maximum if you're lucky. Okay, here's an interesting one that I might also keep. Medieval. I did not know that there was a medieval game, and it's actually called Medieval Resurrection. So I'm assuming that this is an original game. This is not a PS1 clone. So I recently actually bought the Medieval 1 for PS1, and I'm still trying to get Medieval 2 for PS1. So I could complete my Medieval collection. I don't have a PS4. If I keep the PSP version, I'm undecided on that one. Twisted Metal Head On. What did I pay for that? Oh, for Medieval, I paid $3. Same seller. I got, like I said, 90% of what I'm showing you, I got from the same seller that I thought screwed me on Contagion 3. I'm sorry if he watches the video. I'm sorry. When I organized these, I wasn't thinking clearly. I don't think I saw the Contagion game. I don't think I realized that it was hidden in the pile. Twisted Metal, I paid $2 for. Oh, frig, I got lucky on that one. It's not worth much. It's worth about 15 CIB. It's CIB. I'm gonna sell it. Thick manual. Oh, there's French manual in there too. 2 manuals. I'll fix that later. Sims 2. I think this one was worth a pretty penny. Shockingly, more than I would have ever thought it would be worth. 1678 CIB. Trending up very slowly, but hey man, the trend line is there. It's slow, meaning people are buying PSP games. That's what that means. There's collectors out there, and they're probably full set collectors. Who knows? Ooh, this was an interesting one. This is CIB. I think the case is all beat up though. I don't think that it's supposed to look like that. Oh, wow, frig. Not CIB. SSX on tour. Oh, here it is. Okay, in my spreadsheet I wrote SSX on tour PSP box is beat up to hell. That's what I wrote. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, to warn myself that the box is beat up to hell. Okay, so SSX, $15 CIB. Again, like the trend lines are pretty clear with all of these PSP games though. So that's the main takeaway that I've gotten from Greg. This one's probably broken now. That's the main takeaway that I got from all of these PSP games that I've now bought for the first time is that the trend for all of these games is up. I would have never guessed in a million years. Who would have guessed that a friggin' wrestling game? Who's buying those? Oh, yeah, and I did want to show you one bonus game. This is not a recent pickup. This is the only PSP game I've ever owned previously without owning a PSP. I've had this game in my collection since probably 2015 or 2016. This is 50-cent Bulletproof G-Unit Edition. I got this at Goodwill, and I'm pretty sure I paid $2 or $3 for it. I've since removed the dang sticker. It might have been $5 Canadian. Okay, I know for a fact I would not have paid more than $5 Canadian. So let's just go with the fact that maybe it was $5 Canadian. And I bought it because 1, it's 50 cent. 2, I didn't know it existed. But number 3, it looked like one of the best freaking games ever made. But more importantly, it's 4-player. And I think you can hook up multiple consoles to play the game together. I'm 90% certain. I haven't looked at this in a while. Read the back here. Exclusive G-Unit Edition only on the PSP, so it's an exclusive. Compete against or cooperate with friends in 5 multiplayer modes. It says it's Wi-Fi compatible. So I'm assuming that you can connect multiple consoles. Like I said, I'm new to the PSP. I don't really understand how it works. Or if this was you had to connect to online servers. I don't know. It's like a beat 'em up game, and it looks like one of the best games ever made. And also, get your diaper on. Get your diaper on. I ain't playing around. So I bought this 2015, let's say. Or hell, 2016. Keep it simple. 2016. Mine is this CIB? Yeah, this is CIB. This is friggin' CIB. Case is a little bit busted. I can't get the thing to stay in the case. CIB. Okay, CIB. I'm not joking around here. CIB, it was worthless at the time when I bought it. But I had red flags go off thinking, this might be a hitter. Not only is it a good game, but it might be a hitter in the future. So I bought it as an investment. But also I want to play it in case I ever get a PSP. And I want to get 4 players going. Or 4 PSP consoles. But also, I knew it would go up in price. It's a no-brainer. And look at that chart. This is now worth over $50. $54 Canadian. I paid $5. Straight line up since the time I bought it in 2016. Oh, look at that. Goodwill had it priced at, let's say, $5. It was only worth about $7, $6.50. Completely worthless back then. I might have got it in 2015. It was about $15 for whatever reason back then. Either way, though, I paid $5. Okay? Look at all these sold listings. $55. Oh, that's UMD only. Where's the CIB? 55 CIB. 67, 69.
69.
$68 CIB. So you're looking at $70. 69, 67. You're hitting you're creeping up to the $70 mark. See, look at all this. I'm under CIB listings, but look at all these UMD onlys. See? Price charting is flawed. $75 complete. $50 complete. Heavily fluctuating, but like I said, not all of these include shipping. What's the condition? Wow. And it's almost hit a new all-time high again. We're bumping up against the all-time high on the chart at least. On the chart, the all-time high is $40. We're creeping up against that. So maybe it's going to break out. I don't know. Don't sleep on that one either. If you have a PSP, legitimately consider picking up that game if you have a PSP. And if you can get multiple people to try and play it on multiplayer, look up a review. Look up a review on YouTube, and you might want to pick that game up. I don't think the price is going to come down. I don't think the price is going to come down anytime soon. If you think, I'll wait till it comes down to $20. Buddy, did you look at the chart? Do you really think this is going to come crashing down back down to 2020 prices? I don't know about that one. Maybe down to 30. 30 maybe. If you're lucky. I don't know about that one though. $20? I don't know about that. $10? Oh, good luck, buddy. That's all I'm going to say is good luck. You'll be waiting a long time. So hopefully you learned something new. Hey, even if you're not collecting for PSP, keep an eye out when you hit up the pawn shops. Keep an eye out when you see the Facebook listings, local marketplace listings, Craigslist, Kijiji, Mercari. What's that new one? Poshmark. And by the way, okay, I'll give you guys a tip because the only people watching this video are basically my hardcore subscribers. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a tip. Okay, anyone that even watches to the end is only like hardcore because ain't nobody stay till the end. Don't sleep on Poshmark. It's an eBay competitor. It's new. I have found some steal of deals on there, especially when the price of some of those 360 games went up. Say a $25 game went to $100. Well, because Poshmark was still and still is relatively new, things sell very slowly on there. So the seller might have had that $25 game posted on there for, $35, $40 because of the shipping fee and whatnot, or maybe it was 25 plus shipping, whatever it was. Higher than eBay, though. That's the point being. Sometimes they were higher than eBay pricing at the time when it was posted. Perhaps, right? Not all the time, but perhaps it was. And so it just sat there. But then when the price went up to 100, it still sat there because there's not a heavy user base. Game collectors are going to eBay. They're not going to Poshmark. So you can pick up you can find those steal of a frickin' deals. Not all the time, but sometimes you can, and I've done it myself, so I know it can be done. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know what you thought in the comments, because this was a very casual video. I'm just showing you what I bought. No rare gems, no hidden gem. There's not hidden gem video. Just showing you what I picked up and the interesting trends that I have found and the interesting prices that some of these freaking PSP games are going for. Don't sleep on the PSP. And if you have PSP games, don't sell them for cheap. Don't give them to a pawn shop for $1 a piece. Don't give your wrestling Raw 2006, Raw 2009. Don't give those games up to a pawn shop for $1, because they'll give you $1.